Hello, this is Family Craft Dad, and yeah, I know it's been a while since I put out a video, and you're kind of seeing why here in the background. I've been really busy with a pretty massive project, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to tell you guys, you know, what I've been up to and all that sort of thing. I've been really busy with the next life-size YouTuber video. That's coming up soon-ish. It's been a rather large project, a lot bigger than I originally anticipated. And then I also have this project here, which I can't really talk about. I'm sorry, I can't tell you what this is about. I'm not allowed, but needless to say, it's a big project, and yeah, it requires a tree. I interrupt this video because, well, you know what? You guys have been asking every single time I use the curve command, how on earth I do curves like that. And well, here we go. I'm going to show you how it's done. Now, first off, you start out with the default select tool. This is World Edit we're using, and this is the wand, the wooden axe. And by default, the select tool will select a box. So if I set diamond, we'll end up with a box like that, right? That's not what we want. We want a nice curve that connects all these dots, right? Well, we can't do that with the normal select tool. We got to use a convex select tool. So what we got to do is use //SEL convex, enter, right? So now you can make the selection. So what we're going to do is a normal left click is the first block, and then every other block you right click with. Or you just do //pause 2. If you just want to do it in the middle of the air, you don't want to have to actually right click a block. That works as well. And every time you do the second select, it actually just adds one more. So now we're on pause 11, and this is pause 12. There we go. They are all selected. And now we use the curve command, which is // curve. And then you pick your block, in this case, diamond. And the third option is a radius. I'll show you guys that in a second, but let's hit enter. There we go. We've got a nice line right there. Now, that's a nice flat space, right? What if you want a 3D curve like this? Well, it works with this too. Watch. Boom. This is pause 2, pause 3, pause 4, pause 5, and pause 6. And then we press up. So I can bring up the latest command. That's something that I don't know if you guys know. Some of you guys may not. If you press up a bunch of times, you can kind of go through all your previous commands, which is very, very handy. So we're going to run curve diamond, and there we go. We have a nice curve. Now say I want that to be thicker, right? I mentioned earlier there's a third thing here. Let's say we want this have a radius of 3. Boom. Nice and thick like that. Here, let's undo, right? And let's make it a little thinner. There we go. That's a radius of 2. Or we can undo and then do a radius of 1. Nice. So yeah, that's how I do trees. I usually use a radius of 1 for the more thicker areas, and then just use no radius at all, or a radius of 0, to make the thinner branches. And yeah, we get a tree. We get a tree. It just takes a little bit of work to learn how to use it quickly, but yeah. What do you guys think? I love this command. It's one of my favorite commands. But anyways, back to the video. Now right here, you're watching me opt in for actually hand placing all of these leaves. Now, normally I would use a command to do little poofs of leaves and that kind of thing, but in this case I wanted kind of a thin canopy of leaves, and I just couldn't think of any easy to use command to make that happen, so I did it all by hand. Now, speaking of doing things by hand, because of some of the automated tools we were using, it made a bit of a mess underneath, and it made it harder to actually fill in that circle, making it so I had to actually do that by hand too. Oh man, it was a lot of work working on this. But yeah, the interesting thing is as I was working on this video, I asked the person I was building this for if I could reveal, you know, who I'm building it for and what it's about and all that. And the answer is no. No, I can't. And I thought at the end of this video, I was going to showcase, you know, the rest of the build and show you guys what it's all about, but I can't really do that. So what better thing to do but just add a bunch more trees? Now here you're seeing me use a command called copy paste. It's actually a brush you can create, and maybe if you guys ask real nicely, I might make a little tutorial about it later. But anyways, yeah, you get to watch me add a bunch more trees to the mix here. Now that I've gotten a bunch of the spruce in, I've decided to actually hand do all of the oak trees. Rather than just making a few and copy pasting them in, I'm actually going to do these manually. These are all going to be 100% custom, which means a lot more work, but a little bit more variety. That way when people walk around this and taking a look at things, it won't have a bunch of repeated things. It's okay with the spruce, but I felt like these big old oaks, they would look silly if it was a whole bunch of the same ones, right? So yeah, here I am. I'm putting in the leaves. Now I'm using the actual command this time to make little poofs. This is my typical way of handling these kind of oak trees. What I end up doing is I make these poofs, but then as you're seeing here, I start adding in kind of like a drooping effect on the sides by hand, which gives it that, it kind of looks like a willow tree, but it's not 100% a willow tree. It just, I think it looks nice. I think it's a great way of making some really pretty trees. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm not able to show you more of this build, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know I have. And if you really liked it, go hit that like button. And I really love it if you were to subscribe. But this has been Family Craft. Toodles!